Welcome to Shawnee Union, and this week we're going to take a look at my travel gear. So I travel about 6 or 7 times a year, 5 times for work and 2 or 3 times for personal. And for the last 2 years, I've been traveling internationally once a year. So I like to keep a pretty small kit. And so if I keep a small kit, that means that everything in the kit has to be really reliable and really light. Because the more you carry, the less you want to carry, and the more you just hate yourself for carrying heavy stuff. So let's talk about cameras. And so this trip was to Mexico. We're gonna be on the beach, and I wanted to shoot some stuff underwater, so some action stuff, and then shoot some video. So the basic SLR I'm using is a Canon. This is the T4i, but I actually bring with me the T3i I'm filming with right now. But they're pretty identical. Some differences in the STM motors. The T4i has it, but it doesn't need to be used when I travel. So when I travel, I like to keep a small lens. So I'm testing out this guy, and this is the Nikon Series E lens, and it's pretty good. It's a cheaper Nikon lens. It's not one of the better ones, but I like it because it's so compact. So you see it, it barely sticks out over the camera. So it's really, really small. F1.8, so you can shoot in pretty low light settings. This camera, I shoot up to 1600 ISO, and actually I had the D3200. So if you're thinking about this or the Nikon D3200, which is equivalent, I would go with the Canon. They're about the same price right now. And I had the D3200 for a while, and I switched over because the Canon T4i, the video was that much better. The D3200 at low light, anything above 400, it was pretty bad. So this is my go-to camera when I shoot. I like it a lot. For action stuff, I'm using the Xiaomi Yi Action Cam. Pretty terrible name. I think it's called Xiaomi. I'm not sure I present it, but Xiaomi Yi Action Cam. It's the first iteration of this camera. This is actually the metal case. I had the waterproof case, and just for warning, if you're buying one of these, buy the genuine waterproof case. I bought a knockoff one for like $8. The real one's $20, and it broke. And I'm really lucky there was no water damage, and the seal still held up, but it broke. It was really cheap plastic and on that top latch part, so that's what broke. This camera is really good, and so this one, some people who are looking at this may going to make a decision between this and the GoPro Hero, which is about $130, and this is about $80, so $50 difference. The main difference I would say, I think video quality, this one's a little bit better. The GoPro is just really consistent, so if you're using the GoPro, you're going to be able to turn it on and quickly take a video. This one, that isn't the case. You turn it on, it's about a 3 or 4 second delay, and there's delays between the Wi-Fi and everything too, but when you get used to it, it takes really great video. So I'll put some of the video below, and when my brother was using it, he was really surprised about the video quality. It's just great video quality, great price. So for supports, I'm using 2 different things. I'm using this tripod again. I've highlighted before. It's the Mi Photo. I think it's a backpacker. I gotta just double check the name. I don't know. They don't have the name on here, but very good. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You see how small it is? So I'm gonna show my camera bag later, but it literally fits in this little camera bag I use. So like this is what I carry around with me when I'm going, and I don't have my backpack. I just carry this guy around. And so this tripod again, very well built. The other support system I'm using is this Alaska Life. So before I went, I wanted to get a selfie stick. Seemed pretty silly, but it actually came in really well. The selfie stick, you can do a lot of stuff on it. So I'll put the link below of what you can do, but when you extend it, this one's broken a little bit. I gotta get that part. When you extend it all the way, you can do pans like this, and you can go underwater. So you can do, of course, selfies for yourself, but just an extra piece of gear. And I did some test footage, and I'll put it below. So I use a chest strap that I have for GoPro. I got one for really cheap, and then I handheld some stuff. And using this, I think you can get by with no stabilizer if you use a selfie stick, because it's so far out, the camera, and having a wide angle camera like this that much farther out stabilizes it that much further, so you're getting really smooth shots when you're walking and things like that. And I was really surprised. So this thing, I think, cost $30 on Amazon. The owner of the company, Kyle, was really helpful too. So you'll see that this part is kind of messed up. It fell out. It's falling out because it's missing these 2 pieces of plastic. I emailed them and he sent them to me, so I should get them in any day. But a great company, really well built. And these legs, if you see this, and these pretty similar. I think that I've had a tripod with these type of legs, these type of twist lock legs, and for a lot of these things, I think they're just rebranded like rebranded same company. So the same company producing this leg is probably producing some tripods and monopods, and he's just got a higher quality one. So these are the ones that I've seen in tripods, and this head pretty good. It's all plastic here, but the one test we tested with it going in the ocean and then going in pools, and it survived those tests. Probably a little bit of rust on that I could take care of, but very, very, very good. And I haven't put anything bigger on it in this camera, but I think it's good. It's great. Nice grip. Really compact, fit in your backpack, so no issues for travel there, and extremely light. For bags, I just use a big tote or a backpack, whatever's easier. I think when you're traveling in the city, I use a backpack. It's just easier on your shoulders. I don't like to carry a tote. I prefer totes, but they get really heavy. But the one thing I do is I have this modular case, and it's a Case Logic. I bought this camera bag a couple of months ago, and I got rid of the camera bag because I didn't like the way it looked, but I kept this insert. And the insert is probably worth the price of admission. So in this insert, you're going to see 2 holes at the top for lenses and cameras, and so I'll put all of this gear in one. So I'll put the camera in here, put this GoPro, put this little tripod, and usually I carry like a UV filter and ND filter too, but that's it, and it's all right there. So that's amazing. It's padded. Just keep it all in there. And there's different companies of this. I wish Case Logic would just sell this guy, but I think they don't for some reason. I can't find it on its own, but I'll link to some other ones. But perfect, just perfect for traveling. When you travel, you're gonna use different bags. You want to maybe use not a camera bag, so like an innocuous bag. And so this one is perfect. You can drag and drop it to any other system. So my last question is back at you guys. When you guys travel, what kind of gear do you use, or what kind of gear do you think you'd like to get before you travel some more? So you notice I don't want any film gear. Just this time I didn't bring any film gear, so I wanted to stay really, really light because just looking to cut down. And next week we're going to cover some other topics. We're also going to take a look at some 4x5 film cameras, so starting that, and I'm going to show how I use my view camera and all the pieces for that. And there's going to be a couple of videos. I'm just finishing up on some projects we've done. So one's looking at vintage lenses, like this guy. So it's a pretty cool project I'm working on with David Hancock, but it's a vintage lens on these bellows. And it's a pretty cool project for just doing video. I'm using it for video work. There's no shutter in here, so perfect lens for video. And you get some really cool effects, but it isn't straightforward. So it's kind of it's an interesting project. And lastly, you can support this channel by buying something through Amazon. I'm gonna put all the links to the stuff talked about today on Amazon, and you don't need to buy those things though. If you just go through my affiliate link and you buy anything on Amazon, it helps out. And so when anyone does buy something like that, it just helps me get a little bit of money back, and then to put back in the channel to buy gear. So thank you for those who do that, and I'll see you guys around next week. Thank you. Bye.